Hello everybody, welcome to the start of Velocity Online Racing Season 2 here at Homestead-Miami. We are here for the Homestead 300k, the season opener of VOR Season 2, a 1.5 mile speedway located in Homestead, Florida. It's going to be Saturday night crazy pack racing, so what more could you ask for? It's going to be a great race. We're going to go to the starting grid right away for this first race of the season. We got Matt Houston on the pole from Indiana. Car number 66 for Team Race First with a 24.865. Alongside him is fellow Indiana native Gary Gotso for Velocity Online Racing. Then two other Velocity Online Racing cars in Oscar Fredrickson and Julien Altena. Julien Altena being the reigning series champion. Oscar Fredrickson, super sweet, learning the ovals. Then on to row 3 we got Christopher Kreske, the first rookie in the field, owner of the Reddit IndyCar League in P5. On P6 is Robert Sadler, co-admin of the league. Row 4, the only Canadian in the field, Ryland Dewsbury in car number 7 in P7. Then P8 alongside Ryland is Kristen Nelson, the only woman in the field, another rookie. Row 5, Tyler Bloom, owner of the Broke Sim Racers Cup in P9. P10 goes to AJ Musselman, another rookie in P10. Then P11, Alex Van der Sant, winner of the Kentucky 300k in Season 1. And then alongside him is going to be Brandon Burnett, another rookie in the race. And then Dave Stedman in P13, not setting a time. So we're going to go straight to the race. Matt Houston leads the field off of turn 4. And it's green, green, green at Homestead-Miami. And there you go, just like that, the first lap of Season 2 is in the books. We got Gary Gotso leading for Velocity Online Racing, then Team Race First for Matt Houston in P2. And then behind Matt is Oscar Fredrickson. That's your top 3 at the moment on lap 2 of this race. And you're already seeing how this race is going to shape out. You can see Gary defending the low line because that's the fastest way around the track, even though the banking is the lowest on that low line. This track, Homestead-Miami, 1.5 miles, progressive banking from 18 on the bottom to 20 on the top line. So the tires are gonna take a little bit of a hit on the low line, but overall it should be the fastest line. And often you're gonna see the leader just move up a little bit to hopefully protect those tires. But you're gonna see Oscar Fredrickson going to the outside now of Gary. And right now it is a 1, 2, 4 and 6 for Velocity Online Racing. So these drivers are doing a good job. Going a little further back in the field. A lot of battles going on there as well. You can see Alex Van der Sant trying to make up some ground early on in that race. Getting past Tyler Bloom here on the outside across the start-finish line to start lap 4. And he's going to move down to the middle of the track to make a move on Christopher Kreske, and he gets that position as well. And right now he is right behind Robert Sadler, co-admin of the Velocity Online Racing League, this league. And he's blinking a little bit, so that's not ideal. And that, I think, scared Alex Van der Sant a little bit, and that for sure scared him. Oh my goodness, that's a huge wreck there in turn 4. And that was Alex Van der Sant getting hit by Christopher Kreske. And that was just a really unfortunate racing incident. Christopher moved up the track, as you are going to see in the replay in a second. There you go. Just getting a little bit of error push from Robert Sadler ahead. And just like that, your race is done for Alex Van der Sant. He's been doing a good job, but not really had the best of luck tonight, unfortunately. So tough break for Kentucky 300k winner Alex Van der Sant. But on to lap 9, the restart of the race. Gary Gotso leads the field to green once again. And you can see Oscar Fredrickson going to the high side now. And the two Velocity Online Racing cars up front might be trying to create a little bit of a wall to defend from the cars behind, because 3 wide isn't really possible here. It's mostly 2 by 2 by 2, as you can see here. So that's what these guys must be aiming for. As we see Brandon Burnett just chilling in the back, probably just awaiting his time to make his move. As we go to lap 10 and Tyler Bloom and Kristen Nelson make slight contact. But it appears that both drivers and both cars, more importantly, are fine. So both drivers being able to continue. But for now, let's have a little moment and listen to the beautiful sound of these Indy cars at Homestead. welcome back to commentary for this race. Lap 13, the top 3 hasn't changed at all. It's still Gary Godsor from Oscar Fredriksson and Ryland Dewsbury in P3. In the back, Matt Houston and Julien Altena battling for position. As we now go 2 laps further, Julien Altena has gotten in front of Matt. For now though, going into turn 4 on lap 15, Matt Houston and Julien Altena making slight contact. That pushed Julien into the wall, but thankfully for him, the damage isn't as severe as it might have been. It could have been a lot worse. But I think he needs a new pair of underwear after that. But going to lap 32 now. And you can see Gary Godsor still leading. But this time he's under pressure from Matt Houston. So we're going to see what's going to happen here. This might be a really good battle. Let's go on board with Matt Houston for a second here. Matt Houston is one of our great friends in the league. And we'd like to give a shout out to him. Team Racefirst is the racing team of the broadcast team of Racefirst. Matt Houston is the main broadcaster of that. So if you are looking for a broadcaster for your iRacing league, then go to racefirst.com and fill out the little information form and you might be able to get your league covered. Pricing and stuff can be discussed with Matt in person. So yeah, Matt is a great guy, great commentator. So if you are looking for one, definitely go to him. Excellent service, excellent commentary. So yeah, all around great package. Unfortunately, our league isn't covered because we can't really afford it at the moment. But anyway, the racing is what matters, and that's been excellent so far. Matt Houston going down low, and Gary Godsor turns down low as well, and that is just too late, and that's gonna cause a huge wreck. And that's Tyler Bloom in shot, but we really want to look at the wreck here. And oh my goodness, man, there's 5 cars involved at least. That's Christopher Kresko on the high side, and that might be AJ Musselman. No, that's Dave Stedman down low. And yeah, here's a replay of that. Matt moved low to make his move. And then Gary saw it too late, was looking in his mirrors to Oscar behind. That's what he said after the race. And just very unfortunate circumstances. Oscar Fredriksson right behind had nowhere to go. And he gets collected in that huge wreck there. And Julien Altena going to the bottom of that. Just going under those 2 cars. Perhaps a little bit of damage, as you might be able to see from his onboard here. Going into turn 1. But yeah, the biggest victim of this one is for sure Oscar Fredriksson. He's been running up front all race with Gary. Running in P2, just drafting, saving fuel and tires. And the race is over for him just like that. And that's just really unfortunate for him. It sucks big time, but yeah, it is what it is sometimes. Going to lap 40 to restart. Gary Godsor, it appears that his car is actually fine. Don't know how that happened, but his car does seem to be handling pretty well, so he might be able to get back up to the front of the pack again. He is under pressure from Christopher Kresko, but let's focus on the front of the field once again. As you can see, one of the red cars, it might be Tyler Bloom actually, being quite far up front now after that wreck. Of course, he got through all of that, so he's up front. Kristen Nelson in P3 also, doing a really good job. They say woman drives smarter, so maybe that's the case in this race as well. She's up into P3. This is the furthest she has run in this race so far. But up front, it's still Julien Altena from Ryland Dewsbury, the 2 battling side by side. Again, Julien might have a little bit of damage. Not exactly sure where that damage should be, but he does appear to be lacking a little bit of speed because the low line is the fastest and Ryland is able to keep the momentum much higher. So that might be a little bit of an indication that Julien's car is damaged, but we'll have to wait and see. Kristen Nelson though, drafting behind. Tyler Bloom having a little look as well on the inside. And right now it's 2 by 2 by 2 and almost by 2 again. As Ryland goes to the outside and this time takes the position. And after that, racing settled down quite a bit. Everybody deciding to just finish the race because we already had 6 retirements in this race and that's quite a lot. So going to lap 86, Ryland Dewsbury has pulled out a 7-second lead over the rest of the field. And he's going to stop for his marks. Kristen Nelson leaving her box as well, by the way. Getting back out on track, Julien Altena pitting with his, well, his pit crew for sure can't be sweating right now because they're in swimming trunks and I'd imagine at night it's getting pretty cold out there, but you never know, the Miami heat in the night could be a thing, especially when you're racing side by side at 220 miles per hour. But going to lap 89, 2 laps later, Gary Godsor makes a move on his teammate. to get into P2 of this race. And going to the final lap of the race now, Ryland Dewsbury hasn't put a foot wrong, and he's gonna come across the line to take his first win in Velocity Online Racing. Redemption day for Texas last season, where he made that really unfortunate mistake, but now he bounces back and takes a great win at Homestead-Miami. Of course, winning the first race also means he's leading the championship now, so that's a nice stat as well for him. Christopher Kreska gets P2 on his first race. Gary Gotso P3, Julien Altena P4, and AJ Musselman rounds off your top 5. Thanks for watching, and we hope to see you join us for Michigan next week.